Right, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, you're okay. Everybody have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, thank you for being here. I am Pooch. I handle strategic partnerships and creator relationship stuff, and with me, the man that needs no introduction, but I'm gonna introduce him anyway, Mr. Joseph Prusa. Joseph. Yeah. So correct that in your notes. And also, big gloves.
Hello.
So I know that the program said we were gonna talk about history of RepRap, but we had a little powwow.
I'm like, how am I supposed to tell a history of RepRap in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
But we actually got into a little brainstorming. So I'm thinking that we should do a RepRap documentary. Who think that is a good idea? Yeah. Okay, so Mickey, yeah, we can make it happen. And Mikoláš is head of our content team. I mean, videos, photos.
Yay. So I think what we'd like to do instead, maybe is maximize this use of time, since we only have 20 minutes. Obviously, the Bell of Ball and 4-1 just dropped. Has everybody come by the booth and seen it? What do you think? I'm excited. It's gonna be a good opportunity to just do a little Ask Me Anything session. I know there've been a lot of questions and whatnot, and so I hope we can get some good participation from you guys out there. And just you know, hammer away, let's have some fun, let's have a little chat, huh? How does that sound? Good? Yeah. Okay, so here's what we'll do. If you have a question, if you wanna raise your hand, I'll run up and I'll hand you the mic so we can all hear, and then we'll do the best we can to answer. Who wants to kick this off? Come on, who's the brave soul? Right here.
I'm fine with that, mine.
Okay. Fantastic.
So your printers are everywhere, and I'm guessing you've got a fairly good user support, so you can issue things. What is the one most impressive contribution that people have been able to do to society using your printers that you never imagined possible?
Oh. Wow, that is funny. This is a question because there are so many incredible use cases, and it is difficult to pick just one. And it may be special for like one group of people, but obviously what touches my heart is when I see that somebody is doing like the prosthesis, or if we can do something to help surgeons. For example, we are finding out that daily that there are like surgeons in Czechia which prepared during preparation for difficult operation. They print out everything and they train on it before they go in. I was like, wow, you can do that.
If you've seen on our printables profile, I'll just yell. The hand model with the, what do you call the flexible things, not muscle, the tendons. Okay, thank you. So yeah, they print the bone and the tendons with flexible red and the bone with white PLA. And yeah, then when they do the pre-op, they take the scalpel, but it's better than looking at a screen at the CT, so they have the visual. They can build the muscle memory and they plan where they're going to cut so they don't damage anything.
And they had access to the VR technology. You know, like I think like Microsoft HoloLens was like, you know, you can prepare for operations, but they much more prefer something they can get into the hands.
It's a great question. Thanks for that. Who's next? You got a question? Oh, you didn't come prepared, did we? Here we go. All right.
So, it's not on CMC drivers, it's basic,
Mark II.
You have a Mark II.
Mark II, so I'm trying to push it to like Mark III sound steppers, and maybe get Flicker onto it. And without terminating all of the connectors, I'm not really seeing a good path forward. You don't seem to be selling the Mark III upgrade kits anymore.
We have a help article with, we have the spares. I think we have probably still all of them or most of the spares in the show.
Yeah, but I think you can, just flash flipper on the current electronics and you can give it a go.
It's still on, like, they're not 84988, they're kind of an older stepper driver. So.
Allegro.
Inside with the steppers as well.
Yeah, you can get newer boards on our website, but I'm not sure. It is quite a while, so we do not carry the upgrade kits. I think we've had little dongle to get from one connector to another, but I'm pretty sure that you will have to reprint the cable. But you know where it is. Quite.
Thanks for that. Next question.
I'm interested in medical applications, particularly implantable devices, and I was wondering what ways you can reduce contamination and make them stereo.
Medical, so his question was, he's interested in medical application and how do we reduce contamination from and make it biocompatible for it?
Exactly, how we can either sterilize it or some of the standard techniques.
So you can print some materials on the HT90, our more industrial printer, which can go through autoclave. And some of the materials are possibly doable for this, but for every country the certification is completely different. But in like the research, if you are doing research, it's not like a procedure yet. You can mostly do it. Fun fact is that PLA was actually first polymer which was marked as biocompatible. So that was the original, and I think some of the stitching material, some of the suture are made from PLA, but I'm not sure. I cannot give you right now, how you do this, because it is different everywhere. But we know with the universities, that when they are doing research, it can be done. We can make a special material from their polymer, which is certified. But at the end, the whole like procedure needs to be certified and validated.
I'm just loading we have to go to our website, Prusa3D.com. There is applications in the top menu, and there's a medical. And there are some links for people who use FDM printers for either like jigs, which are sterile enough to be used during the operation, for example, to guide a drill bit, but not be left in the body for the long run. But I think there are even some examples of parts who even like end up actually in the. I don't know if it was in the case of like animals. Like a 3D printed jaw for a dog who was hit by a car. It was printed on a Prusa, and they actually left the print in the dog. It was like sterile and certified. So of course, for animals, the certification process is probably a bit easier than for humans.
And we actually have material certified on the SLA side, but not for implementation, but for surgical guides for oral surgeons. So I think that will also be a good start for smaller parts.
Question in the back.
So up here.
It actually answered my question. It was a bit of an answer.
Yeah.
So I'm actually, I work for the NHS, so I'm National Health Service within the UK, and I literally do what you said. So, in a lot of the hospitals, you'll have your own decontamination area already, where all tools get decontaminated normally for surgery. So a lot of the tools, cutting guides and jigs, and also we do magic devices, which are like airway devices. We send them for our internal decontamination. So it's either autoclave or special processes. A big wash with certain chemicals, but you have to provide the temperatures that they're going to go up to, and also provide the data sheets with the material as well.
May I switch and ask you now?
Yeah.
What is the most commonly used material you use in this setting? I know, for example, some grades of P are certified for this, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, so we actually use a lot of format biocompatible resins because there's a lot of research papers already on those, and they're already used like they've done a lot of the certification process already, so it's a lot easier to use those. And but it's typically resins that we're using, and unlike Form BL for Form 3B, sorry, the biocompatible machine. So we tend to prototype in filament first to get the designs right. And you can use certain filaments, but we found through the sterilization and decontamination, it's often better to go with some of the resins because they would stand the decontamination process a lot better.
That might be interesting for the new SLX team.
Yeah, but if we are talking about decontamination, we actually, during COVID, when we were making the face shield, we coordinated with a lab in Czechia because there was basically no science on how can you sterilize porous 3D print because of all the layer lines. We were able to develop a couple of protocols that are still on our website. So this may be useful for anyone, even for food contact, how you can sterilize the parts even at home. So yeah, just cool.
I was in a hospital, fun story for another time, this summer, and I went for an X-ray, and there I saw the orange face shield still hanging on
They're still out there.
still being used like 4 or 5 years after we.
How many of you guys did PPE back in COVID times? So yeah, good show of hands.
Thank you.
Yeah. One other question that was just impromptu to the right just for us. How many of you have built a Prusa in the past? Or done an upgrade or plan to upgrade? Yeah, all okay, a lot of different hands. And you've been by this Core 1, so obviously when we've designed, I guess I want to point out to you, I barely got my 4s upgraded to 4S, and now we're already at Core 1. This speed of development these days is just feels incredibly quick. Can you comment on that?
Well, if we have something so good, I just cannot keep it behind the tab. And it is not like a successor to Mark 4S. Mark 4S and future upgrades are staying with us. So yeah, we wanted to get it out, and a few weeks ago at Portland was the perfect opportunity. And yeah, we love the feedback so far. But if you have any questions regarding Core 1, I think now is the time.
We brought the camera, I don't know, it was plugged in. I know many of you stopped by. So for example, this is a fun thing that's hidden inside the chamber, which you can't normally see, but yeah, it's a USB-C like webcam. So we just power it with USB-C, but it connects to Prusa and it magnets. How do they work, right? It just like
Yeah, you don't have to put the snowman.
yeah. I mean, it's like on the shelf camera, but with our camera.
Here we got a question over here.
Is that based on the ESP32 cam I saw developed that?
No. This is actually very similar to what is in the body 3D camera.
So like your
Just without the motors.
so like night vision security cameras,
Yeah.
which you usually find. So this is it has a light sensor and IR lights.
Right,
So this is that kind of
auto switch.
So
HD camera.
So we spent a lot of time on the ESP cam, but usually the CCDs which were available for it died at temperature. So
Yes.
this one is rated well above what we have in the chamber, and the night vision capabilities are, I would say, incredible, because if you are in a smaller apartment, you have the printer placed in a way that you really want to have the lights shut off, so it doesn't disturb your sleep. Or, for example, this is very nice.
I'm allowed to have a printer at home. I'm not allowed to leave the lights on.
Bill, you had a question.
Is there additional functionality planned for the camera? For example, competitor devices have like the AI functionality.
So we actually teased the AI detection inside Connect. It is now in the test for the staff at Prusa, but I think soon next year we may enable it for people. But there was a lot of changes when we were releasing the app. So everyone was focused on getting this running smoothly before adding too much new stuff. And I think guys just finished adding the functionality for Core 1 to the Connect, and it's Connect, add, slicer, the full stack needs to be updated. So everyone loves when we have new machine.
And employee accounts in Prusa Connect actually have the AI button. So it works both for testing, but also we are feeding it more images, which are then manually marked as like with the correct, like it can detect empty build flight. It's like more than a spaghetti detector. It's actually pretty nice. I think it will be able to do some nice things for like small farms for automations. You start print from the app and it will be able to tell you like, oh, someone didn't put the sheet back on the printer or the door is open.
Yeah. And actually, the chip in the boards we have in this has a little NPU, but very tiny. So we were thinking about maybe training a small neural network, which would only send image if the printer or if the camera sees the printer. So to enhance privacy in case someone wants to misuse it. But it is not big enough for the detection on the camera.
So we got about 5 minutes left, so we'll try to take as many as we can, but just so you know, Joe will be here today and we'll be up at the booth and we welcome more questions and stuff. So if we don't get to it, just come see us over at the booth. Yeah, let's get you up here.
There's a two-part question. Where do you see Prusa in the next 5 years? And are there any kind of industry changing revelations you're working on? I'll take up the whole time, but yeah.
Yes, I would say I'm quite bullish. And I cannot talk about the second part.
Bullish and biased. Right here? I'm sorry, was it you? Yeah.
Would you say such AI things mentioned before would be viable features on your own farms?
Where?
Would you say like such AI things mentioned before, so look at printbeds and such, would be useful in your own print farm?
Would we use the AI features internally at Prusa?
We do not, because we use it on the machines around the offices, but not at the farm. Because honestly, with the Mark 4S, we barely get any failed prints. And if we have to run something away, it is usually for small visual impairments, for example, that piece of PETG like sticks to our part, and it's like 2 millimeter speckle, but we have to get this out, but we basically never get unstuck print.
Michael had a question.
Yeah, Mike, that's fair.
Regarding the topic of the talk, RepRap, how much RepRap is still in the Core 1?
So if I'm not mistaken, there's 12 printed parts. Yeah, where it makes sense, where because the complexity of the part, the 3D printer doesn't cost you anything additional. But we
I don't know if the market can better counts.
yeah, but you can get a lot of parts. But actually, I think in case of world apocalypse, I think this would be the easiest to manufacture if you can cut metal and bend it.
Good. So we'll rebuild the world with the Core 1. Sound good.
I think it's great.
What's the oldest functional printer you still have around?
Oldest functional printer.
Wow, I don't know from top of my head. I think we have like some animals there.
Tricky part is word functional. You know what? You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the April Fool's manual, which we got for the April Fool's video.
Right.
The item downgrade, so you can get the purest experience. Not this one printing.
Maybe your next retro build, eh? How about right here in the middle?
Do you have any plans to open a UK-based elite shipping warehouse or maybe production?
Yeah, I don't, of course, but I don't know from top of my head what is the status on that. Maybe you can get Ruda.
Over there.
And you can follow up.
So you are working on it?
Yeah, in progress.
Right.
Let's do one more, maybe two. How about over here? Yeah, Luke.
Hello there. Will you be offering like any upgrades from a 3.5 at all? So I upgraded my 3 to a 3.5. And obviously we do like 3 to 3.9 to 4 and then 4 to core 1. We have anything intermediary, say like 3.5 to 4 or to core 1?
I mean, for this is purely question of throughput. Because if we would have to make and source all the upgrades per month from each of these sets, the team would not be doing anything for the next 6 months.
But how about 3.5 to say the 4 West End?
It's what we want to do on the web shop that have like a magical button which would put all the replacement parts which would make the upgrade.
Yeah, something.
So we don't need to like keep like the package version stuff. So I think that
Is it fair to say that even if there's not a dedicated kit, that we will always have the parts if somebody wanted to source and do that upgrade?
yes,
But you may be a little off the grid.
And the cost effectiveness will be also a bit maybe questionable depending on from how far back you go.
So possible, whether it's practical is gonna be up to you.
yeah. In some cases, I think it is good to donate the printers to local school or something like that get a new tape. That obviously depends. What is your situation?
Oh, we have time. I think we're done.
About to.
Okay, so listen, I want to thank everybody here for showing up. Please come see us over at the booth. If you have more questions, we're happy. Joe will be around to be free and whatnot, and enjoy the rest of the show.
I think next time we need to book at least 90 minutes.
We're gonna. Okay, thank you guys.